Okay.
Okay. What will be the next article for our class?
For this class, the number 1083.
1083. This one, sir.
Yeah,
About Indonesians. Mm-hmm.
that's right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Whoa, this is so exciting. They are in the haunted house for disobeying self-isolation order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, sir. You can start reading.
Okay. When Ores faced a way to convince Indonesians to self-isolate, as we've seen before with Pokun gas, is to spook them into compliance. The head of Sragen Regency in Central Java is the latest Indonesian official to enact a policy from the supernatural playbook. According
Mm-hmm.
to reports, many Sragen natives have returned to villages in the Regency from cities in the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Out of fear of lockdowns, there are
Mm-hmm.
also a number of people in the Regency under health authorities watch lists for possible coronavirus infections who are officially reported to as people under surveillance (ODP).
Mm-hmm.
Trajan Regent Kustina Utungyuni Sukowati did not mention her words when warning these two groups to self-isolate at home for 14 days. If they disobey self-isolation orders, several villages have asked for my permission to quarantine them in an abandoned elementary school or abandoned houses.
Mm-hmm.
Costino said last week, as quoted by Tribune, I gave my permission. If need be, they should be locked inside in a haunted
Mm-hmm.
house if necessary. But we still feed them and monitor them. Two residents of Blockpool village found out the hard way that Custino was not joking around. Two Blockpool residents agreed to self-isolate, but they violated the order, so they were
Mm-hmm.
locked inside an abandoned haunted house. Had they obeyed their order, they wouldn't have been locked in there.
Mm-hmm.
Custino told Saura today, adding that the house located in the middle of a rice paddy is known by locals to be haunted. She
Mm-hmm.
did not say how long the self-isolation violators would have to serve their sentences of terror. Using abandoned buildings is actually a practical necessity in the Regency, officials
Mm-hmm.
say, as there is no dedicated quarantine facility in the region. As of yesterday, five people have been confirmed to have COVID-19 in Srajian, including one death. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, sir. So, do you think this is good? This is a good policy to lock the violators in a known haunted house?
And yeah, I think yeah, that's a mm, good way to they can use
Mhm.
the abandoned place like
Mhm.
isolated hospital or isolated facility. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. And it's also the same here in our city, sir. We have an abandoned hospital for more than 15 years. and
Yeah.
then they opened it this time because of
Yes.
the COVID-19. So a lot of people are scared.
Yes. So actually, it's very important to isolate the suspicious coronavirus patients. Not
Mhm.
only the kind of yeah, facility. If possible, they have to make some kind of camp
Mhm.
or temporary houses to make them
Mhm.
isolated.
Mhm. Okay, good. So here, sir, let's answer the comprehension question about the article. Number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Number one, how did the Indonesians convince their people to self-isolate?
Mhm.
Mm, one way to convince the Indonesians to self-isolate, as we've seen before with the Pokemon guys, is to spook them
Mhm.
into compliance.
Mhm. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. So here I was so shocked that in Indonesia they need to do this because it's a
Yeah.
bit weird, right? It's like they are mentally torturing the people who will
Yes,
violate
right.
their rules.
Yes,
Mhm.
right.
Okay. How about number 2, sir?
Number two, who enacted a police from the supernatural playbook? Mm,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
yeah, the head of Srajan Regency in Central Java is the latest Indonesian official to enact a policy from the supernatural playbook.
Yes,
The
you are
head of
right.
Srajan
So
Regency. Yeah.
mhm. They are using a supernatural playbook.
Yes, right. But I think
Yes.
it's also effective to some people who
Mhm.
are very uh, whose mentality is very weak or who
Mhm.
like to believe the kind of supernatural thing.
Yes, I think so, sir. It's like um there are very traditional people in the area. That's why maybe this one is still effective for them, right?
Yes, right.
Mhm. Okay. And number 3, sir, last one for comprehension.
Number three, who gave the permission to quarantine them in an abandoned elementary school or abandoned houses?
Mhm.
The Trajan Regent Kustina Utung Uni Sukhawati.
Mhm.
Actually, she gave
Yes.
the permission.
Mhm. Yeah, you are right, sir. And is he also the head of the Sarajan
Yeah.
Regency, right?
Yes, right.
Oh, so they have a lot of power.
Yeah, a lot of power.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now, sir, let's proceed to the discussion questions, and I would like to hear your
Yeah.
opinion about this punishment. That's the question number one.
Yeah. The number one. What is your opinion about the
Mm-hmm.
punishment given to the people who didn't follow the self-isolation order? Actually, in Korea,
Mm-hmm.
we also had similar cases.
Mm-hmm.
So, who disobey government order or uh, guide for the potential
Mm-hmm.
COVID patients, but they
Mm-hmm.
break the rule. In that case, our government will charge them lots of penalty and then fine.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, our
Oh.
Korean government provide almost free uh, test and then free medical support.
Mm-hmm.
But if they violate
Mm-hmm.
the government guide, then they have to pay
Mm-hmm.
actually It's much um, more than we expected. At least, yeah,
Mhm.
thousands of dollars they have to pay.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, so there are kinds of penalties if they violate the rule.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. And here, sir, all the violators have to wear handcuffs. They will go to the police station and they need to stay there for specific number of hours. For example, 8 hours a day, they have to stay there.
Yes, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how about number two, sir?
Number two, what punishment did your country give to those who break the quarantine rule? I already mentioned
Mm-hmm.
on the, yeah,
Yeah.
question number
Mm-hmm.
one. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
penalty or,
Yes.
yeah, fine and penalty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fine and penalty. But if you will think of any alternative solution in this problem, sir, how can we encourage people to follow all the rules
I
done during
think,
this
yeah,
coronavirus
yeah.
outbreak?
We need to make some kind of a campaign program to
Mm-hmm.
them, make them aware
Mm-hmm.
of how the consequences if they
Mm-hmm.
violate the quarantine rule. So, because many of
Mm-hmm.
them actually don't know what will happen because they only think
Mm-hmm.
about themselves. But if
Mm-hmm.
they recognize or realize what would happen
Mm-hmm.
by their um, behavior, then they will
Mm-hmm.
consider of the result.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are right, sir. And it's like these punishments really help us to reach our goal and to make sure that the coronavirus is controlled, right?
Yes, right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the last question, sir, here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Korea,
Number
about
three.
Korea.
Yeah. Korea is winning the fight against COVID-19. How and why?
Mm-hmm.
Kindly explain your answer. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
we had experienced similar cases before, um,
Mm-hmm.
several years ago, such as
Mm-hmm.
MERS or swine flu, and also SARS.
Mm-hmm.
At the
Mm-hmm.
time, I think the most important for fighting with this kind of disease pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
the leader's role is really important.
Mm-hmm.
The the decision by leader they make, they
Mm-hmm.
influence to millions of people. So we
Mhm.
learned from the last cases.
Mhm.
Actually, we
Mhm.
failed to control
Mhm.
the disease before
Mhm.
because of the
Mhm.
former president didn't know how to handle the situation. But now our current
Mhm.
government and then Moon Jae-in administration, they start
Mhm.
fighting based on the
Mhm.
policy, basic policy,
Mhm.
and then they
Mhm.
try to make each patient's behavior
Mhm.
and then their route, and then they didn't
Mhm.
hide any information about them.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
make the all the Korean know the route of the patients,
Mhm.
where they go, who they
Mhm.
meet. So we
Mhm.
know how to avoid the from the
Mhm.
place where the patients live.
Mhm. Oh, so you learned a lot from experience, sir. That's what really
Yes.
happened in Korea right now.
Yeah, and also the role of current government and then leader President Moon Jae-in.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, so you really like your president.
Yes, right. Actually, Our prisoners supporting rate is more than 60%. It's one of the highest
Mm.
supporting rates.
Mm-hmm. Highest supporting rate. Wow. So maybe a lot of people are really impressed with the
Yes,
kind
right.
of governance that he is doing in your country. You are
Yeah,
really lucky, sir.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Because if you are living in the Philippines right now, you will complain about a lot of things.
Yeah, right, right. We used to complain about this pandemic at the initial stage,
Mm-hmm.
but we
Mm-hmm.
realized the government policy is really good, and then they are doing really well. So
Mm-hmm.
we believe that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. And you know, our city is like doing what your country is doing. We are also doing contact tracing. So I
Yes, right.
think we are lucky regarding about that. But all in all, sir, the Philippines condition right now is
Yeah.
not as good as in your country.
Mm, yes, right. I hope that. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
so yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
can meet again in several minutes.
Yes, sir. See you
Okay,
later.
see you.